Hello and welcome back. Not too much to wipe off. The snowflakes already did that job. They cleared most of the dust off of our old clothes. Yes, our clothes are getting older. Here we are, back at Thorn's Gate. Of course, we have to deal with more gears, so I'm here to bring the 4 gear to Boar. Yes, it's our main mission here at the Thorn's Gate, bringing gears. Oh well. Sometimes you can't choose what your challenge would be. So, in this case, the challenge would be to find the final 5th gear, I think. And who knows after that? Again, as I said before, if dwarves are anything like hobbits, there'll be more to this story.
At your service and your families.
Well done. I'll have this fitted in a moment. Get in there. Fit, blast you. Ow, my thumb. Well, I'll have it in soon. There's only 1 gear left to go.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
This wretched gear won't fit. I'm guessing the 5th gear goes here, and the 4th to top it. Blast. Such art is lost, yet I must make it work. Ah well. I'm keeping you from your labors with my complaining. My labors, yes. The 5th missing gear was placed in a chest hidden in the woods in eastern Hout Lynn, north and east of Caledul. However, a brood of vicious spiders have made the place their lair. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with those spiders already. It will be a challenge to find the chest without running afoul of the vile creatures. Well, if that's the challenge, I'll take it. The 5th gear.
Greetings, traveler.
Alright. Alright, my friends, let's see. I think, since it's a long ride up to there... Wow, I like that echo when I whistled for my boar. That was great. Whistling for the boars makes echoes, beautiful echoes. As I was saying, I think I should meet you way over there in a bit. Alright. And here we are, riding towards our aim. Well, one thing I want to mention is that we're kind of done with the epic story in Eric Lewin on the dwarf side. So now we need to go to Barliman Butterbur, back in my hometown of Bree eventually, and talk with him about some of the things here. However, the southern part of Eric Lewin is inhabited by elves, and there I'm sure we'll pick up another branch of the epic story, and we haven't even started with that yet. So, whenever we finish with the gear story, we should go to Duiland with one of the quests we have, which is called Summon Worthy, if you recall, and we'll deal with that. However, we'll also catch up on the epic story in the Elven territories there. So we're not quite done with the epic story, is what I'm trying to say. We're done with half of it, with the dwarf side of it, but not with the elven side of it. So it will be interesting, I'm sure. More spiders. Let's see, where are we with the spider quest? I mean, the spider beat. Yeah, we're on the fun side. Not too bad. Let's see. Where might the 5th gear be? In this cocoon? I won't be surprised. Inside the cocoon there's a chest. Inside the chest there's a gear. Inside the gear there's nothing. Aha. There's the chest. Right here. Is it floating on the water? Found the missing 5th gear. Or is it just... There are no signs of it floating. It's more like it's just the right elevation. Sitting on its tiny legs here. of the water to fit right above the surface. Is that of your making, smart spiders? I don't think so. Just a coincidence. Alright. Well, now I have to write all the way back to... Actually, let's see, do we have a quick write to there? Can we just go there quickly? I think so. Yeah, let's return to Thorin's Hall. And let's not waste any more of our Boar's energy. Even he can get tired sometimes. Good. The Great Hall. That was good. We have the 5th gear for you, Boar. The echoes of the Great Hall. Now I'm beginning to understand why I appreciate them so much. I appreciate my whistling.
Well met, friend.
Wonderful. This is the last of the missing pieces. Everything should fit together now. I hope.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
I'm sure you would. Finally, it's working, I think. I'm going to have to stay here to care for this machine. You go open the vault. It's quite a distance away. On the other side of Thorin's Hall. Here to the north and up the stairs. The chains and cables run all through the walls. A real work of art. Chains and cables are art now? Okay. Make sure you get the order of the levers right, or you'll have to come back here so I can reset the gears. Perhaps those clues you found in the boxes will help with the order. Clues in the boxes? I never read them. The puzzle vault?
At your service, and your families.
Make certain to consult the riddles. You must be certain to get the levers pulled in the correct sequence. Oh, this is very exciting. Is it now? Okay. Well, so we need to head this way. Read riddles now? Where are the riddles? The basics of fishing. What riddles? Okay. This is confusing. The puzzle vault. Oh, you found these clues etched in the faces of the gears. It actually says here. Interesting. I'd rather have it a separate note here, whether I scribbled it or I collected notes, either way, instead of being in here, but oh well. Let's see. What are those clues? The axe bites deep before first light of the sun. The sun rises after the moon has set. A jewel may be found in the light of the sun. Jewels are only found after much hard work. Before all else, the silvery light of the moon can be seen. Okay. First is the moon. Yeah, got it. For the first light of the sun, okay. And the sun and then okay. Cool. Well, let's first find the location of that place. I think I've seen it before. On this side, I believe. Up there. Yeah, Thorin's Hall is big. No doubt about that. Perhaps here? Oh yes. Here indeed. Wow. Let me take a break a little bit from thinking.
I am at your service.
Let's sell some stuff. Let's sell lots of stuff actually. We have accumulated. Good. You are Alvari, son of Breki. Okay. I think Alvari is your name. Okay, so you have the moon, the gem, the axe, and the sun. I think the moon is first, right? Because it reads, before else the silvery light of the moon can be seen. Then the sun rises after the moon has set, yes, but the axe bites deep before first light of the sun. Then a jewel may be found in the light of the sun, so after the sun has risen. So the axe bites deep before the first light of the sun. Where's the axe? Okay, there. A mysterious lever. Okay. The sun rises after the moon has set. The jewel may be found in the light of the sun. So then it's the sun. Then finally, once the sun is lit, then we have the jewel. Hopefully that's the mystery. Click, 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 click. The vault has unlocked. Very well. A large vault. Still called the puzzle vault. You take a large, crude black rock from the vault. I did? How did it even happen? I'm floating in the air now. It's all so mysterious. Okay. Where is this? What did it say exactly? A large, crude black rock. You mean like coal? Oops. Why did it need to heal? Oh yeah, I'm so perplexed these days. I think I'm under the effect of something, under the influence of maybe the coal dust, I don't know, but I'm behaving a little strangely. Alright, she'll be all good in a minute, I'm sure. Thorin's hall is home. One day we'll return to the halls of my fathers and dwell once more in Khazad-dûm. Perhaps you're very optimistic about that.
I am at your service.
This was in the vault? This? Bavor stares incredulously at the black rock. Amazing, fantastic, incredible. Listen, no one knew just what was sealed in that vault. This is one of the greatest of all the treasures of the dwarves. Oh, I know it doesn't look like much, but the story goes that Durin himself hewed this from Gundabad, the mountain where he first awoke. It's the first chunk of ore ever mined by the father of our line. This is the most ancient artifact of the dwarves and serves as a symbol of our heritage. Oh, quite precious then. You have unearthed the true treasure with all your hard work, and you deserve all our thanks for bringing this piece of coal here. Jofur Helm, Bavor's Blade, Crown Finder, and Puzzle Stone. Yes, Puzzle Stone. Very well, that was it, huh? I'm glad you was able to help you find this valuable piece of artifact. I don't know how this will help you against Skorgrim and his minions, but and then the higher evils behind Skorgrim, but okay. Maybe coal is more helpful than I thought. Maybe it's not just good for smelting ores and for keeping you warm and for making you choke. Maybe it has other uses. Oh, maybe that's the key. You'll make Skorgrim choke too much, and then Skorgrim will change back to the dwarf he once was, even though he's undead now or whatever. No, I don't think so. I don't think any of this would happen. In fact, I'll go even further and say that none of this should happen. Okay, well, after that interesting monologue of mine, I think I'll see you over at Penguin. Well, actually, we should ride together to Duiland, so I'll meet you over here at the lodge, and there we shall go together to Duiland. Alright, see you there. Alright, here we are at the lodge once more. This lodge, and from here on, we shall continue south now, wherever the road would take us. To Duiland, yes. You can see the vegetation and everything is changing pretty dramatically. Those beautiful trees, and the elfish town. Their own unique architecture, very different from the dwarfish one. And that's where we're headed now, to the elflands of Eretun. Very good. Well, dwarves proved to be somewhat different from hobbits because, yes, well, I have to solve a puzzle involving the gears. It wasn't too much after that. That was that, you know? There was a hobbit who would be like, yeah, now you need to solve the puzzle. Now I'm so tired, bring me some bread. And we still cannot open the box with the coal and blah blah blah. Then bring me a handkerchief so that I can inhale no coal dust and 5,000 more steps. Well, the dwarves, it wasn't as bad. It was still pretty bad though. Okay. The beautiful town of Druiland was marred by my comments. But hey, stuff happens. Oh, if you look at that view. Wonderful. And the mailboxes. Again, very different design from the dwarfish ones. Okay. Here we are. On the precipice. Wow, it's a little precarious. You sell stuff on this side? It's a little bit too close for safety, I think. But okay. Angler.
What can I do for you?
He feels unworthy. Did Kelairan think that I gave my bow to him upon a whim? Exactly, I agree with you. I do not give that bow idly to the first man I met. Exactly.
Will you
Sure.
lend me your ear?
Kelairan bears the blood of the Rangers of the North, and the name of a great hero is amongst his forebears. A man I was proud to call my friend and companion. Perhaps Kelairan is young as men count the years, but then all men are young by my count. Maybe Kelairan is nothing like his forefathers, but in ages past, I honored my fallen companion with a sword placed at his grave amongst the mounds of the Edain. It may be that the sword can yet be found in that place. It bears the motto Elvelon, or Elf Friend, in the tongue of man. Perhaps, if you find the sword, it will convince young Kellerant not to spurn my gift. Perhaps you can fetch this by yourself and talk to your friend. But no, you need a mediator, don't you? Okay. The elf's sword.
Megovanen.
Find Avalon and give it to Kellerant with my blessings. Okay, what if I don't find it then? No blessings from you then, huh? To your dearest friend. Okay, where is the elf sword? Ooh, way up there. Oh well. Let's see. Well, we've already been in that area before, so I think I'll just go over there. If I don't trip first. Oh, that's nice. Nice vegetation. Good. Okay. As I said, I only slightly broke my legs now, or my boar's legs, but I'll meet you over there. No problem. We'll be good as new. See? Already we're good as new. Alright. Alright. We're approaching the place where we should encounter the sword. Just like this, out in the open. Elfriend sword, an old sword, battered and nicked, but not rusted, despite many years of exposure to the elements. Exactly, wow. It is still possible to make out the engraved motto, Elvelon. Maybe it was placed like this on purpose, just to demonstrate that no elements can break or corrode this sword. But also so that enemies can steal it and use it for their own evil purposes. How prudent of elves, or men, or whoever left that sword here, I'm not sure. Okay, well, let's pick it up. Found Elvelon, the elf sword. I did. Now let's bring it to Kellerant. See, I don't think we have to ride for too long. Yeah, well, we have to do some riding together. Not too bad though. Bear with me, please. As we enjoy the dark plains. They're only dark because it's in the middle of the night, and they're not really dark because there's a full moon. So. Hey, baby bear. Still big for a baby. But well, I'm sure that will make Kellerant reconsider. I'm pretty positive of that. I don't think it would take much for a change of heart to occur. Change of heart? Did I say change of heart? I meant. Here, Kellerant. Here's a very special sword just for you.
Woe to me.
What is this? Surely not another gift? Nay, this is something else, is it not? What is the significance of this old sword? This is the sword of my ancestor? You say he was a friend and companion of Panglir? Now I understand. He gave me the bow in honor of my great-grandfather, whose voice was very different from mine, and he was much more courageous and determined of a man. What? You think the gift was made to me? Not to my forebear? Well, maybe you're right despite all. It'll be a challenge to live up to those bygone glories, but perhaps someday I'll be able to wield the bow without shame. Yes, I'm already sounding much more resolute. Calibrant's shoes, Calibrant's boots, Calibrant's greaves. Okay, give me some greaves. Very well. Alright, well, let's see now. Now, the challenge is to find some starting location in Eretluin where we can pick up the epic quest, just like we did at Tornin's Hall for the dwarves. We have to find a place, and I believe, if you take a look at the map, there will be down in Kellandin. So I'll meet you over there. Well, no, I shouldn't meet you over there. We should try it together actually, because we have been to Druiland, barely, but we haven't ridden together down south, so let's do that. We can pass by Druiland. I'm sure we have plenty of quests to do around here, so we'll see more of it as we proceed further. Actually, we should go this way, so we'll just bypass it this time and continue on this beautiful road. Our time is short, but until the others leave, I'll keep the watch. Your time is short? You mean you're making an elf joke, elf? Because your time is certainly not short, not on this earth. Well, you might have been referring to something else, of course, but still, it sounds like an elf joke to me. Interesting. Why do you need those right here? What's the significance? Why do you need those gates or arches here? I'm not sure. I am not feeling any effect, but maybe that's because I'm insensitive. Or if they don't have any magical effect, why did you put them there? Just to mark the beginning of the town, maybe? They still seem kind of out of place. See some old ruins over there. Really cool bridge here. Again. Built by elves. It's pretty obvious. More delicate, gentle and light structures. But definitely to the taste of elves. Okay. Nice, so now we are in Kellandin, sure? Yes, that's where we are. Okay. Looks like we can pick various quests here, potentially. Yes, there is one here. The question, though, is... where is the...
Megavanan.
rocket here? I have been resting for several days, but now I'm journeying back north to Houtlin. Okay, that is fine by me. Okay, more quests, and that is fine. But again, We should find a place where the epic quests begin. It might take some searching. I'll just verify. Okay. Well, my friends, it looks like we haven't met the prerequisite to start any epic quest chain from the Elfish lands. I guess they guard their epic quests very well, and because of that, we shall proceed with regular quests and move on to other lands. If the elves here are ever willing to trust their fate in somebody who has done many epic quests from many places, maybe they'll reconsider and talk to me, but it won't be today. So let's talk to Lenin the Great Watcher, who is a barter merchant, instead. May Govanen, I'll engage in trade if that is what you wish, but I will not accept coin. Such things are not the way of the elven folk, and I will hold to our traditions. Fine.
Sweelad Melon, will you stay a moment?
Our time is closing in this land. Soon will be but legend and memory to the mortals who will remain upon these shores. While we're still here, however, we must do what we can to ensure that these lands remain safe and beautiful, which means engaging in violence. The preservation of the land is why I have come to the port of Kellandin. My brethren and I have been looking into recent events in a glade to the north. I'm here to enlist any willing to go there and assist us in discovering the source of an infestation of sickle flies among the trees to the west and southwest of the port. If you're willing, remove the threat of the sickle flies from the trees and report to Overlass at Nen Hillit to the southwest. Again, we have to defeat bale flies, which involves violence, in defense of the forest. Still an excuse.
Megovanen.
You will find Overlass to the southwest, in the area we call Nen Hillit. Speak with him and assist him however you may, after you have removed the threat the sickle flies pose to the surrounding wood. Okay? So that will be one way to start into this area. And as we proceed, I'm sure more quests will open, or it leads to that, in this beautiful land. Again, I was hoping for more from the elves, but you never know. What can you say, Dingler?
Greetings, friend.
Again,
Will you
more
lend me your
violence
ear?
from... This is a beautiful land, is it not? I wandered it often in my youth, but places there that were once fair have long since fallen to decay. Well, this place has not fallen to decay. Some of the older ruins have even become habitations for foul creatures that gnaw at the edges of our lands. My brothers and I have set to ourselves the task of cleansing a few of these places before we leave. To this end, I have in my possession a token given to me by Elrond Half-Elven long ago. Really? By Elrond? It is imbued with a light that creatures of evil find painful to bear. Are you willing to give this artifact to me? Like, willingly? The ruins of Tam Gilair, west of Kellandin, have become infested with foul creatures. If you could slay any you find within, and then place this token there, this light should keep them from sinking back in the night. Slinking back in the night. It's very different from sinking. Alright. So first, start with violence, and then place an artifact. Hallowed ground.
Greetings to you.
You must purge the foul beasts from the land. Violence or not. I see how that is. Alright, my friends. If I find a way to get the epic quests working here, I'll report back. Otherwise, we'll continue with the regular quests, and I'm sure they'll be fascinating as well. In any case, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.